I opposed, thanks to such efforts, the asphalt operation. I'm uncomfortable that the district supervisor did not make arrangements to be here to represent you and state his constituents' concerns, either pro or con. I feel it's the responsibility of the supervisor to be here when things in the district are being discussed of this magnitude. I would hope here that Mr. McCracken does a good job. I've seen him participate at MSWA, have a great deal of respect for his intelligence, the work he does, and I think his ability to respond to criticism and to take things into account. If he doesn't, I would be very disappointed in him, but I think given the fact this is an industrial site, I understand why my colleagues, and if they didn't make it easy for me to say, well, I wish it could go both ways, I would say that they are doing what they feel is appropriate. So I will support this to give a degree of unanimity to this decision and not leave it floating out there as in one way or the other. I feel here, though, that you do have an opportunity to keep this operation functioning at a level that you find at least nearly acceptable. If you have problems with this operation, come back in here, reorganize yourselves, and a year from now, bring it forward, and at that particular case, we'll hold Mr. McCracken accountable. And if he's not doing his job, if there are rats there, if there's dust, if there is noise, if there are any of the things that you feel will be there, you come back here and I will do my best to represent your feelings. The only satisfaction I get from saying this is that I believe that some of your fears, if this were someone we did not know, if this were someone we did not have some hope that the job will be done appropriately and well, I would be disinclined to be so confident or have some confidence that a year from now you might say, well, at least we are protected from something really bad coming in here. And I don't think it's something we can keep away from your doorstep. It's not the best solution. It's not even a good solution, but it's something about which the supervisors have to take very seriously, the professional judgment, and again, the character of the people that are before us. And so I thank you all for coming here, and so I will go with the resolution.
Thanks, Supervisor. I have a couple of comments and concerns. I held back some questions, waiting to hear from others. To staff, you've outlined special conditions here for checking noise complaints and odor complaints. Question is, where will those be monitored from, measured from? The edge of the property or from where the complainant is calling those into concern?
Likely they'd be both, but the standard is at the nearest residence, off-site residence. That's a typical standard.
Okay. And the transportation routes has been discussed. Is there a way that the motion that's before us is to approve the recommended motion, but there's been concern about trucks taking different routes, et cetera, maybe impacting neighborhoods. To the maker of the motion, would you be amenable to putting in specific conditions to state specific transportation routes and even to the point of overnight truck storage, et cetera?
I think that comes with the motion. With the motion, it says subject to the conditions found in report dated February 20, 2008.
But I did not read anything in specific in regards to transportation routes to and from the site in the conditions.
There is a condition number 10 that says that, 11, says project-related truck traffic shall utilize North State Street driveway for primary
Okay.
access. There is not a condition that mandates a certain route off of 101. I think people mentioned 101 to Lake Mendocino Drive to State Street. It's within your discretion to add that.
Okay. Well, as one of my colleagues, I can't remember which one, I think it was Mr. Pinches, stated that this is a job that sometimes is all-consuming. I argued against the pay raise, but I believe we certainly earn it. These are not items to be taken lightly. But I have concerns about this piece of property. I had concerns about it as a proposed asphalt plant, not in regards to the project, but in regards to the zoning. I don't think if this was to be overturned and another industrial applicant come before us, we would hear anything different from the neighborhood. I actually think the zoning is incorrect and ought to be changed to something more usable for the surrounding neighborhood. So that's that conflict that I'm in. I believe I'm very business receptive. We need to grow the economy here. But my gut is telling me that this is not a good project for this site. And that leads me to be in opposition to my